Matan Torah. Wanted to wish everybody a Chag Sameach, and I wanted to discuss very briefly a short sugya that I heard from Rabbi Norman Lamb, Shlita Yibada L'Chaim, should continue having refuah shlema, many years ago in Yeshiva Rabbeinu Yitzchak Chanan. The sugya of Osik B'Tzarchei Tzibur, and more specifically, when you're involved in Tzarchei Tzibur, there's a Yerushalmi. Yerushalmi, Masechet Brachot, in the 5th chapter, quotes Rav Yirmiyah, who states, Rav Yirmiyah Amar, Ha'usik b'tzarchei tzibur is ke'usik b'divrei Torah. The person who's involved in the needs of the tzibur, it's as if you're involved in Torah. A lot of people, unfortunately, take this as an excuse and as a distortion and say, okay, I'm involved in community work, I don't have to be involved in Torah. That's my contribution for the community, which I definitely do not belittle. They take this source and they say, this is going to be my ticket to Gan Eden. But the truth is, if you look at the Yerushalmi and how it's brought down in Halacha, that is a distortion. There are two ways to understand the Yerushalmi in the world of Halacha, and we'll see Hashkaf. The previous statement in that Yerushalmi is Rav Yirmiyah Omar, Lo ya'amod v'yitpalel ela mitoch din shel halacha. Rav Yirmiyah says, we know from the 5th parak of Masechet Brachot, brought down in Halacha also, that we have to prepare for Tefillah. Tefillah, especially knowing, as Rav Hirsch says in his Sefer Chorev, from the language of Lihit Palel, reflexive, it's not just prayer, asking requests, but it's to judge oneself. You have to prepare for that. The way to prepare of standing in front of the Ribono Shel Olam, says Rav Yirmiyah, is through Din Shel Halacha, is through learning Torah. It gets you in the mindset to be able to prepare you. Right after that comes Rav Yirmiyah's statement, you should know Ha'osik b'tzarchei tzibur ke'osik b'divrei Torah, which means however you understand what the preparation is of learning Torah, the Osik b'tzarchei tzibur fulfills that purpose also of preparing you for tefillah. Rabbi Lamb in his shir has said that the idea is, as we know, ein omdim litpalel ela mitoch simcha. The simcha, and we know Torah of pikudei Hashem yishar misamchei lev. The essence of Torah, one of the reason we are not allowed to learn on Tisha B'Av Torah, is because it's in its ethos and its essence is simcha. And therefore, the way to be able to approach the Ribono Shel Olam tefillah is through that simcha. Being able to be osik b'tzarchei tzibur accomplishes that same idea of simcha, of understanding that you're part of that mission, just like of Torah being the mission of learning from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, learning His Torah. So too, when you're osik b'tzarchei tzibur, you're in a simcha because you have that mission to be able then to stand in front of Hashem, to use Rav Soloveitchik terminology, the matir, you know, matir to be able to stand in front of Hashem. The other interpretation of the preparation for tefillah is actually, seems to be a paradox, but it really comes together, is that your omdim lifnei tefillah is a certain amount of tsar, because the machlokas of the Rambam and Ramban about the tefillah, whether it's the rights of the Rabbanan, the idea of understanding the fragile nature of life. And within that, we daven today refuah shlema for Eitan Yehuda Ben Debbie, Hillel Solo's son, Eitan Solo, close family friend of the yeshiva, of my family, the Solos with his tefillah today here at the Kotel. So the fragility of life, and therefore being able to be osik b'tzarchei tzibur, the tsar that comes with it. It's not chalak, it's not that you have all highs and the yashar koachs. It's dealing with tsars, dealing with being able to know how to have people understand the full message of Am Yisrael, in Torah Yisrael, in Eretz Yisrael. Not so simple. And therefore also, as the halacha brings down, one way to understand this idea of being osik b'tzarchei tzibur is ki'ilu omid b'Torah. It's brought down in Sif Dalid, in Siman Tzadi Gimel. This interpretation, right after Sif Gimel of ein omdim litpalel mitoch din, Sif Dalid ha'osik b'tzarchei tzibur ka'osik b'Torah dami. Perush li'inyan lamod mitocho litpalel. And the Shulchan Aruch says, like the first interpretation, Shegam zo simcha hilo shiasok betzarchei tzibur. This is one of the interpretations of how we are able to understand what it means being osik betzarchei tzibur. That we have this chiyuv of obviously being kovei itim laTorah, but at the same time, the same simcha together with the tsar coming together to be able to know the responsibility of Yimin Ish, Ishtach Liot Ish, an Ish of Torah, an Ish of Tzibur. May we be Zoche, Bezrat Hashem, as we have another Kabbalah HaTorah this coming Shabbat and Motzei Shabbat, together to help as a Tzibur, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim, V'Nasan Lanu as Torah. So, Chag Sameach and Shabbat Shalom.